Hi everyone, my name is Jenna Smith and I am the ambassador for emerging leaders. Today I want to talk to you about something near and dear to my heart. It's about growth and change. But before we do that, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever heard of the term growing pains? Growing pains are those things that you went through when you were about 10 or 12, and you were probably really short and scrawny and a little bit awkward. And when you went through that stage of your life, there was a moment when all of a sudden, over a series of months, you shot up like 6 inches in a matter of months. It's during that growth spurt time that you experience these things called growing pains. You see, your body is growing at such a maximum capacity and growing so fast that your body and your joints start to ache, your muscles will ache, and oftentimes you're really tired. It's not really a pleasant experience. So you might be thinking now, Jenna, why are you talking to me about something that happened maybe 20 years ago, maybe 10 years ago? Well, because the phenomenon of growing pains doesn't just happen in your body. It actually also happens in your life, whether that's your work life or your home life or your relationships. In fact, what we have to understand about the process of growing is that pain is actually just part of the process. And when we're feeling a little bit uncomfortable, that's actually a normal part of growing into who we're becoming. You know, as humans, we often try to avoid pain at all costs. That's why step 1 of my challenge to you today is so important. Step 1 is to start to recognize consciously when you're feeling uncomfortable. Because if you can recognize consciously when you're feeling uncomfortable, you can make a conscious decision about what you're going to do next. You know, when we're going into situations where we feel really uncomfortable, we anticipate the outcome and what might come. And when you make an unconscious decision, you usually choose self-preservation so that you don't fall flat on your face and make a fool out of yourself. But if you make a conscious decision, you have a moment to say, what am I going to do here? That's where step 2 comes in. You see, it's at this moment when you're trying something new for the first time, or maybe you're walking into a boardroom with senior executives and they all know 20 times as many things as you. They have 20 years more experience than you, but yet you're there. You have a moment to make a decision. And you can choose to stay safe and maybe not contribute to the conversation or try something new. Or you can choose to fully embrace feeling uncomfortable and learn and glean the most out of that situation as possible. You see, my challenge to you today is to realize that when you choose to stay safe, you're actually choosing not to grow as fast. You're choosing to stay comfortable. But when you choose to embrace the process of change and growth and be okay with being uncomfortable, you're actually choosing a completely different lifestyle. You're choosing a lifestyle where learning and development are a normal part of your everyday life. You choose to develop yourself at an exponential rate and get places you never thought you could go. Why? Because when you begin to be uncomfortable, you learn new things. Even if you fall flat on your face, you're still going to learn more things than if you were to stay safe. And as you learn more things, you become a little bit bolder. And as you become a little bit bolder, you start to do and reach out more to try new things. And as you try new things, opportunities start knocking at your door. You see, when you choose to fully embrace the process of growth, you choose to welcome opportunities to you. That's why it's so important that you make your decisions consciously. That's why it's so important that you realize that we have to just be comfortable being uncomfortable, because that is what it takes to get us from where we currently are to where we want to go. So, what are the 3 steps of this challenge today? Step 1, start to realize consciously when you're feeling uncomfortable. This is the key to getting to make a conscious decision on what you will do next. Step 2 is to make that decision. Will you choose to be fearful and to be safe and to have self-preservation? Or will you choose to boldly step out there and learn something new, even if that means that you could potentially fail? And step 3, embrace the process fully. Because when you embrace that process of learning and development, even when it comes with a little bit of pain and some things that don't feel that great or don't feel comfortable, you're choosing a lifestyle that takes you far beyond where you thought you could go in much less time than you thought it would take you.